Alright. The Australian Shepherd. 21 minutes. Remember that, okay? Gayla Holmes set her cell phone down at 8:25 p.m. Monday night and grabbed a few treats for Captain. It was the start of a ritual that took place almost every single day between the 60-year-old resident and the Australian Shepherd. But something was wrong with the dog, who was, according to Gayla, a beloved member of our family for 3 years. The next time Gayla picked up the phone, it was 8:46. She was covered in blood and barely conscious. Gayla called her husband. I picked up my cell phone and it was Gayla. He stood in his wife's room. She said, "Captain attacked me. I'm bleeding to death. Call 911." Then she hung up. Sorry. Captain's teeth shredded Gayla's arms and lower legs. 2 doctors worked for 2.5 hours and used 1,000 stitches to close approximately 100 wound sites. Captain really was a friend. I don't know what happened that night. It was like he was possessed. He was crazy. Gayla recounted the 21-minute struggle from her hospital bed. She was surrounded by her husband, her son, and her granddaughters, and other well-wishers. Her arms and lower legs were heavily bandaged. Dick and I got home Monday night, and just after 8 p.m., David had asked me to take Captain in and put him down in the basement where we keep his bachelor's pad. I talked to my son Darren on the phone, and then I grabbed some treats for Captain. Gayla left her cell phone on the floor next to where the treats were kept. She went outside the portion of the yard where Captain was tethered to a 50-foot line. I walked out and I said, "Hi, Captain, I've got some treats for you." Captain started to growl, and when I walked over to him, he lunged at me and knocked me down. Captain showed his teeth and snarled at Gayla. Then he attacked in earnest. He sunk his teeth into my arm. I remember yelling, "Captain, it's Mommy. Why do you want to hurt me?" But I could tell he didn't even hear me. He wanted to kill me. His teeth felt so big. Gayla said the dog tried to reach her face and neck, but she warded off the bites with her arms. I started screaming for help, but I realized no one was coming. Gayla managed to start to roll away from the dog. She grabbed Captain's jaws and pulled his ears back. The dog turned his attention to her legs. He ripped one of my shoes off and got his teeth into my ankles. The pain was horrific. Gayla recalled thinking the dog was going to kill her. I was screaming, and then I just called to God. I prayed. Just saying prayers, I finally said that I just wanted to see my kids and my grandkids again. Toward the end of the attack, Captain lunged for Gayla's upper body again. The dog took a chunk off her left forearm. Finally, he got a mouthful of my forearm and tore it loose. I was able to roll away. Finally, we think she just fell down. Oh, sorry, I skipped a paragraph here. Gayla crawled into the house. Batteries in the phone nearest the door were dead. She crawled to the wall phone and failed. Finally, we think she just fell down. She was near the dog treats, and there was the cell phone. The entire family are at a loss to explain the suddenly violent behavior from a dog they described as social, smart, and always good around the kids and other animals. David Quick owned the dog and had it euthanized. Tests showed the Captain was current on all of his vaccines. David felt guilty over the attack of his mother. Captain was a great dog. He never ever attacked anyone before. I took him with me to parties and social gatherings. He was a great frisbee dog. He loved playing. Gayla said there may have been some warning signs the family didn't notice. Really. Captain's behavior had changed slightly now that we look back on it. He had maybe been a little more irritable. I would just encourage people to pay attention to the little changes in their pets. Gayla said she didn't know how long her recovery would take. She said she may be released from the hospital Monday. "I'm just glad to be alive," she said. Quote, I really thought Captain was going to kill me. End quote.